Or is it June where you are?
It's June.
Okay. But yeah. So, Dr. Lucita, you can go ahead.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. At Power Monday, we set the week in motion. We demystify the fact that Mondays are boring days, and we actually look forward to Monday mornings. Power Monday is a forum that was founded by friends during the peak of COVID-19. It is as a result of Live Your Dream. It is a CSR. We meet every Monday. We have diverse topics that we discuss across all the industries. We meet every Monday at 7:15, but we start the forums earlier for interactions and getting to know each other at 7 a.m. Thank you. And I do poems at Power Monday. And my today's theme is on a woman. Across all through, we have women. I don't know if we celebrate our women, but today I just want to tell you that a woman is a very beautiful creature. And for a moment, take a second and appreciate that woman in your life, be it your mother, your girlfriend, your wife, or the other girlfriend, or even your friend who is a woman, or even your boss. Yes, it's a woman. She's beautiful, she's calm. We are deemed as the weak vessel. It's beauty of a woman. She's rich, naive, and raw. She's so virtuous. You see? In all aspects, we are seductively curvaceous. I don't care which way you look at it, but we are the most delicious because we are women. You see, we are visualized not as uncommon, but the most unique creatures. The beauty of a woman, so pure. She is a queen, she sits on the throne. A woman is so keen in every aspect. You see, she is so neat. She arranges her things in a way that you can't understand. Even her heart is so arranged in a way that you can't comprehend. She is visualized as most uncommon, but the most unique. The beauty of a woman, you see, if you walk to her house, it is clean, it is maintained, it is spit and span, you know. She is obligated to righteousness. A woman visualized, not uncommon. She is the most unique. The beauty of a woman, she corrects the wrong, she puts the wrong, to be straight in everything. Her road is aligned, you see. Her laughter is what we live for. The beauty of a woman, visualized, not uncommon. Indeed, she is the most unique. Thank you.
Beautiful. That reminds me a song by, who is that? So beautiful, the world was made. I wonder if God is a woman. The strength of a woman. So, welcome, everyone. We are happy to have you. We're happy to have you here, and welcome to Power Monday. It is a program, a platform where we meet to exchange ideas, to learn on a Monday morning to set the pace for your year, and we are very committed to keep contributing towards your success, because when you start a Monday, when you start a week on a high note, you definitely are set for success. And so we are glad to have you. You can always share it with people. It's free, no strings attached. And beyond that, we also have a WhatsApp group through which people can join and interact. So I will call Odhiambo Lale to introduce the guest. speaker for today, who is not new to me. We've come from far, and then the speaker will step in. Is it challenging in some way? Don't worry. I can, or maybe Antonia. Antonia, you can do it.
Okay. Good morning, Power Monday team. It's yet another great morning. And I'm introducing a friend, a great lady that I have known for some time. And she is Isabella Maina. She's a filmmaker and a digital trainer, founder, Dive Productions, academic and professional training, Kenya Institute of Mass Communication, as a film and video, digital. She designs, when it comes to digital, she's worked for Design Hill, Women in Digital Business, and Google Hustle Academy. Entrepreneurship, Honoris University, She Academy, Absa Kenya, UNITA Women Empowerment Program, and 10,000 Women Goldman Sachs. Achievements and recognitions, Speaker Social Media and Video Summit Global, Top 6 She Star, She Academy, First Runners Up Film Challenge, Sundays, Second Runners Up Writers Challenge, Sundays, jury member, 4th Kalasha International Film and TV Market. She has trained over 3,000 entrepreneurs and professionals on the digital landscape and student mentorship. Help me welcome our own Isabella Maina to come and give a presentation. Karibu sana, Isabella.
Yes.
Thank you, Antonia. Good morning, Power Monday.
Good morning. Good to see you.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Power Monday is always a good place to be at and a good way to start the week. And I'm excited also to share this morning on the future of work and how tech is disrupting industries, how tech is disrupting companies, organizations, how tech is disrupting individuals, businesses. And I'll start by sharing my own disruption story. I have been disrupted by tech and also other factors. And unfortunately or fortunately, I was not conscious or alert to the timings at the time. Let me explain what I mean. I've been on social media for many, many years. In fact, I I don't like saying how many years because yeah, and I was there on, like on social terms. I was not looking at social media from the business side. I was looking at social media from the social side. And mainly posting behind the scenes of what I do. I'm a filmmaker, so when we go shooting, filming, I would generally post that. And I began promoting organizations. I began, seeing gaps, in people's businesses. And I would approach people and say, I think you should do this. You should use social media to promote your business. You should use social media to fill this gap. So I was always advising people on what they should do on social media, but I had never seen myself as a brand on social media. So for many years, I kept doing that. In fact, those who were dilly-dallying, or those who would say, well, kuna sleki, I would even go ahead and open for them pages and manage those pages for free because I had not understood the power that, the social media platform or the digital platform carried. So maybe because I was comfortable with the salary, maybe because I was busy out there filming, and social media was social media. It was just a social platform for me until a time came when I was disrupted. And I started looking at my social media platform from the business side, and I immersed myself in training, and I started looking at my brand. I started now rebranding myself. And from the time I made that decision to now rebrand myself and to look at my online presence as a business, now things began now working and changing for me. So yes, I was disrupted. Was I ready? No, I was not ready. Did I forgive myself? Yes, I forgive myself. So today, whichever stage you are in, maybe you are comfortable like Isabella, maybe you are overwhelmed by everything that's happening, maybe you don't even understand what's going on. I want to help us today, based on my experience, my personal experience, my professional experience, based on the knowledge I have acquired. I want us to just do a summary of this disruption, and then we position ourselves, because this thing is like a wildfire. I don't want you to look at, don't be comfortable. If you have a salary, don't be comfortable. If your business is doing well, we need to always be alert. What's next? How can I keep improving my business, myself, in terms of the digital landscape? So I want to just do a summary of that very, very quickly as we look into how we are going to position ourselves for the future. Behind the scenes, I can tell you for sure, the leaders of this world are serious about the digital landscape, and they are really preparing. It is fierce. Let me tell you, it's not a joke. It is fierce. So if you're not ready, let me know once you can see my presentation. So if you're not preparing right now, you'll be caught off guard and it won't be kind to you.
We can see.
You can see. Okay. Yeah. If you don't prepare right now, yeah, because the world leaders are serious about this. So, okay. We're going to look at, I'll do a brief introduction in terms of the signs that are there. What signs are we seeing that are telling us this disruption is here with us? We're going to look at how to embrace this disruption. We're going to look at the challenges, because the disruption is not just coming with challenges, it's also coming with opportunities. We're going to look at a case study, and then I'm going to share 4 categories of all of us. And if you don't see yourself in that category, please put in the chat, let me know, so that we also address that category. We're going to look at how 4 categories of us are going to navigate this changing landscape. And then we'll do an action plan. We'll see how we'll go about it. Now, what are the indicators? Currently, maybe some of you have, for example, if you have a child who is in boarding school, maybe they're in Mombasa, and you are living in Nairobi. When that child clocks in school, you get a notification on your phone. The biometric now is in a way that when your child clocks in school, you get a notification that your child has clocked in school at this time. When your child clocks out, you get a notification. So your child is in Mombasa, you are in Nairobi, but because of the connectivity, you're able to still follow through with your child's progress. So you know when your child is in school, when your child is out of school. Those are some of the disruptions that are coming. That's how you know the disruption is here. When you see automation, when you see companies laying off 10,000, workers, and then they replace those workers with a machine that can be able to, if the 10,000 workers were working for 6 hours in a day, harvesting maybe sugarcane or harvesting coffee, and a machine comes and does the work in 2 hours, because the machine it's actually automated. It can actually do the work in 2 hours. Then management or decision makers, they will opt to do away with the 10,000 human labor or human force, and adapt a machine that can do the same job in under 2 hours. So it means efficiency, it means creativity, it means efficiency, it means also more money, and it means they've saved up on time. When you see people using smartwatches that tells them, communicates to them, people are using smartwatches for their health and fitness. People are using smartwatches to monitor so many things. When you see those kind of things coming into the market and people embracing, that's disruption. When you see people working from home, there are people who have the hybrid model, so you can work from the office or you can work from home. There are those who have adopted remote working full-time. That is disruption. When you see people gravitating towards the digital platforms in terms of what we call the gig economy, where we have many creators, content creators, and now you can see the barriers have been removed. people who've studied engineering, finance, whatever, everybody now, people are now getting into the digital system. They're getting into the gig economy, regardless of your educational background. When you start seeing these signs, know the disruption is here. And many more. When you start seeing organizational structures, when you start seeing people say the payment model we use is through cryptocurrency, disruption is here. All those are signs. So what causes disruption? So economic changes, market demands, integration of tech. People want personalized services. People want to, the convenience of online shopping. People want, and because of competition and, fighting for the market space, all these are the things that we can see are, some of these things are the ones causing disruption. So if you don't adjust, if you don't move with what's happening, you'll be left behind, and your competition will take up your target audience. So if you want to remain relevant, whether you are a career person, whether you're in business, then you have to be, first of all, be aware of the disruption that's happening, and then see how you can position yourself in the market. Now, where should we embrace disruption? Because every single sector is affected. We see healthcare is affected, education is affected, agriculture is affected, construction is affected, finance, every single sector is affected. So none of us, none of us is exempt from this change that's happening and will continue happening. Okay. This was a newspaper article that was they had just published that 200,000 people had been laid off by the bank. And then they stated which kind of people were laid off first. So they said those who were affected were those who worked in the back office, middle office, and operations and customer care. They said, if we can have chatbots which can communicate to customers 24/7, then we don't need human beings to be at the customer service desk. So that means all these people have been eliminated from the chain of work. All right. So much as we have the disruption, much as people are getting affected, businesses are getting affected, we also have opportunities. This disruption is coming with opportunities. Why opportunities? Because people are able to save more, people are become more efficient, people are able to cut down on costs, people are able to be more productive, whichever industry you are in. So if you're a farmer, check how can you embrace technology to be able to be more productive in your farm. We can see the medical field, people are really busy. They're, what is it called? Adapting this technology. The other day I read that there's some radiologists who were laid off because machines came that, and those machines were doing what these people usually do. So those of you who live in Nairobi or different parts of the world, you now see robots in our restaurant. So you enter a restaurant and a robot is serving you. You take up accommodation in a hotel, and a robot is one that's coming to serve you in your room. So if you order food, a robot comes to your room to bring the food. If there's a delivery to be done, a robot comes and does a delivery. What does that mean? Our waiters are being laid off because if a robot can serve somebody in their room, it can enter a lift, come to your room, and then give you a signal that I'm here. Then you come out and you find a robot, you take your food or you take your parcel. Then why would they need a waiter? And that means the tips, the salary, somebody's salary is gone and tips are gone. We need to wake up because this technology is also fierce. Now, this is a statistic that was shared, that 70% of job losses, people will lose, 70% are going to lose jobs in the next decade. But 30%, the 30% are the ones who are going to adapt. And the question is, how do we position ourselves to be in the 30%? Number one, you need to do a skills audit. You need to audit your skills. Are your skills up to date? The skills that are being replaced right now are the repetitive skills. If you find every day you're doing the same thing, like you really know it's the same thing over and over again, those kind of skills are becoming obsolete. That's why they're being replaced by artificial intelligence. If you find manual skills also being replaced, so you do a skills audit, ask yourself, how updated are my skills? Am I likely to be laid off if our organization is laying off people today and they're vetting? Am I going to stand the test of time because I have updated my skills? And then you need to upskill. Upskilling means, yes, you have skills, but you need to keep upgrading your skills. This means you need to stay competitive in the job market, okay? This will help you to stay competitive. The other one is reskilling. Reskilling means you learn new skills. We need to go beyond fear. We need to go beyond the comfort zone, that this is what you know, these are the skills you have acquired. It doesn't matter whether you studied architecture for 7 years or you studied medicine for 7 years and you need to learn digital skills. Don't say, that's not my field. It's got to be your field, because this is where the world is going and you need those skills. So if you have a particular skill right now, you need to keep upgrading. If you got a skill, maybe you graduated a certain skill 5 years ago, you can't be the same 5 years on now. You need to have, keep upgrading, keep learning, keep applying for courses, keep up, just keep reading, updating yourself, knowing what's happening in the industry. Reskill, we have said, don't be afraid of learning new skills as long as you remain relevant. And then you need to develop soft skills. These are the things that will make you stand out. If they're making decisions on who to go, if your communication skills are up to date, if you're very good in communication skills, you're likely to remain relevant in the market. Then you need to keep reading industry reports for you to know what's happening in your industry and adjust accordingly. Continuous learning, I cannot emphasize that enough. And us, by being here on Empower Monday, it means we are already ticking this, because this is part of continuous learning. When we come here Monday to Monday, we are learning, we are getting sharpened, our axes are being sharpened. So this is very important. And then you need to build a strong personal and business brands online. I cannot emphasize this enough. Investors are coming to check on your social media presence. That funding that you're looking for, maybe you missed that funding because they came to check your social media presence and they found you're not updated, they found you're not well positioned, and your business could have ticked all the boxes except for your social media presence. So let us take our social media or our digital presence very seriously. Sometimes you hear OPP saying, oh, if you want a website, and he's always advertising websites, you keep hearing OPP talking about websites. You know your business needs a website, but for some reason you just dilly-dally around. Today is the day. If your business needs a website, talk to OPP. Say, today is the day. I am going to position my business right, because there are many opportunities we are missing out because our personal brands and our business brands are not well positioned. So if you want to be in the 30%, if you want to remain relevant, you need to build a strong and a business brand online. Seek out experts. If you need to sharpen a skill, if you need to create strategies, if you need to become better in sales, if you need mentorship in business, Edna is there, OPP is there, Antonia, they're there. So if you need to strengthen any part of your organization, any part of your personal development, today seek out an expert, okay? Don't dilly-dally. Then if you do that, we are doing that. The reason we want to strengthen those things I have mentioned is that so we may stay as employable for the longest time. We certainly may also be able to adapt to industry changes and to seize opportunities. So if you don't audit your skills, if you don't work with an expert, if you don't seek the right people to help you along the journey, you are going to fall behind, and that's not what we want to do. I want to give a case study. This is Dubai. This is me in Dubai in 2020. I attended the biggest tech event. It's called GITEX. Now, in this particular event, we had world leaders, we had people in the corporate, we had business people. I had never gone to another tech event that was as detailed and as this one. And the one thing that they committed to do, and they said, we learned so much. They showed us a lot of technology. I mean, it was quite an eye-opening, event. But the one thing that they committed themselves, they said, we are going to make sure that Dubai is leading where tech disruption is concerned. This was in 2020. Let us see what they're. So between 2020 and now, if you go to Dubai or read about Dubai, or if there's somebody here who lives in Dubai, they can tell us how well Dubai is positioning themselves where the digital economy is concerned, where tech is concerned. Dubai is way, way ahead. Let me show you what they launched in the last month. Okay, so Dubai is forecasting, okay, there's something, okay. So Dubai is leading. They have committed that they're going to be the leaders in the world where tech disruption and the future of work is concerned. So in the month of January, they launched what we call Dubai 1 billion summit, meaning they are committed to train 1 billion people with AI digital skills and future-ready education. They are serious about this. So the event that happened in January was to say we have now set the systems, the structures are ready. And now we are going to create as many creators, content creators. We are going to make sure that the future of work, we are aligning ourselves. So Dubai, so for me, my compass is Dubai. When I look at what Dubai is doing, if I want to know how far tech is going, I study Dubai, okay? And if you, of course, I'll study places like read reports from the World Economic Forum. You also get to know what's happening. Read reports from World Bank. You also get to know what's happening in the digital side and position yourself correctly. All right. Now, I want to talk to 5 categories of people who are here. And I've said, if I don't mention your category, put it in the chat and then we'll address it. I want to mention those who are employed and stable. That is Isabella that time. I was enjoying a salary, I was comfortable, and yeah. Tech disruption was not, part of my mind at the time. There are those who have been sent on mandatory unpaid leave. So you report to work today, you're given a salary maybe for January, then you're told from 1st of February, for the next 90 days, don't report to work. Yeah, so you are comfortable. I mean, you said Happy New Year, you did your resolutions, you have your dreams, and then all of a sudden you receive an email that tells you you're going on unpaid leave. So what am I supposed to do during the 90 days? This was my comfort zone. This is where I was getting a salary. So there are 2 things. Number one, the next 90 days, number one, you're not sure what's happening. You're not sure, okay, after 90 days, am I going to go to work? Am I going to go back to work? What's going to happen? Then there are those businesses that are barely surviving. Maybe you're living from loan to loan and it's becoming tough. Maybe you're wondering how to position your business online. Yes, your business, you have a good business idea, but just you're struggling to survive. That's a second category. The third category is entrepreneurs. The 4th category is the laid off, retrenched, and retired. And the 5th category is unemployed and job seekers. So let's address each and every category. How do you protect yourself? How do you prepare yourself for this disruption? How do you prepare yourself for the future of work? If you're employed and stable, right now you're comfortable. In fact, your contract was renewed for the next 5 years, so you're happy. Your benefits are there. You're really happy. In fact, maybe you're watching this from the office, so you're okay, you're happy. What you need to do in the midst of your comfort and your happiness, you need to keep upskilling in your industry. Stay competitive. Learn what is new. What new skill? How can you enhance your skill better to become relevant in your organization, in your company, in your industry? And then you need to diversify income streams. Even if you want to be active with a business on the side business, create passive income. So that if that email comes in June, right now we're in February, if that email comes in June, they say, we are sorry, we have to lay off people, or we are sorry, we have to send you to, you will not be stranded because something is going on. And then if you have the grit for, start a side business. Start building something right now. Right now when you're comfortable, right now when your salary is constant, it's regular, start building a side business if you have grit for it, but prepare yourself. Don't depend on that one salary and say, you're okay. No, none of us is safe. None of us is safe. We need to be alert. We need to be conscious. We need to prepare ourselves for this disruption. Then I want to address those who are maybe in that category. You've been sent home mandatory and you're wondering, okay, so last month you were at work, you had a job. Now you don't know, they've not even given you the way forward. So after 90 days, what happens? and it's unpaid. So do you have enough savings? How do you survive the next 3 months? If this happens to you, is happening to you right now, you need to start diversifying your income stream. Don't rely on one paycheck, and then develop alternative revenue sources. Start developing digital products. You have skills, you have experiences, you have networks. Even as you wait for the next move, whether you'll go back to work or not, start developing something that you can sell. People are hungry for information. People are hungry for knowledge. People are hungry for that. There's something unique that every one of us has. So if you can package that into a digital product, if you can do consulting by the side, you're good in what you do, package yourself as a consultant and start offering those services and start getting money to do that. And then you can freelance. You can go to all these online platforms, start, doing business there. There's so much you can do. So don't have a pity party over what has happened. There are so many things you can start doing. The other category I want to talk about is entrepreneurs. For entrepreneurs, I want you to do these 3 things. Number 1, I need you to identify and develop new ideas. Innovation is key to staying ahead. Yes, you've already developed a business, you have your employees, and things are going on well, but innovation, you have to have innovation. Dubai has set the pace. You have seen Dubai. I mean, I can't explain enough about Dubai. They're not stopping. They develop this, they move from this, they go to the next. They develop this, they go to the next. So as an entrepreneur, what is your next? What are you developing next? What are you, putting together next? What is your next revenue, stream of income? Are you automating your processes? Are you more efficient now than you were last year or 2 years ago? What systems have you put in place? What is your hiring process? What is your leadership structure like right now within this disruption? How are you preparing yourself in the eventuality that your business is also disrupted? And then expand your market reach. Leverage social media platforms, leverage digital platforms, go beyond your physical business and really cast your net as wide in the digital system, in the digital platforms rather. I also want to talk to the category of people who are laid off, retrenched, or retired. All is not lost. You need to package, if you've worked for 10 years, if you've worked for 5 years, if you've worked for 20 years, 50 years, all is not lost. All you need to do is position yourself as an expert. The fact that you have worked in a place for 5 years, 3 years, 15 years, 20 years, it means you have skills, you have knowledge, you have acquired knowledge, you have acquired networks over time. It is time now that you're retrenched, now that you're retired, now that you're laid off, it is time now to leverage on those aspects, okay? So start monetizing your knowledge, package, and if you need to seek an expert in these matters, seek out somebody who will help you to package and monetize your knowledge. The knowledge you have acquired for 15 years, that's a lot of knowledge. Package that maybe in a book, in an ebook, in a course. Package that. You can even do videos. You can do, there's so much you can do. You can do blogs. There's so much you can do. So don't just sit there and say you're retrenched or you're laid off, and you start borrowing, money to survive, money to pay your bills. No, you can still keep casting your net and you can still make a life of your next chapter, okay? Then create a strong personal brand, leverage your networks, document and create your portfolio. Some of you have not updated your portfolio or your CV for the last 3 years or 4 years. If you do that exercise today, you realize there's so much you have accumulated in the last 3 years, 5 years, and your mind will open up. So this exercise of even updating your CV or your resume and even creating a portfolio, it will open your mind to start seeing possibilities. So if your CV reads when you graduated, you need to update it now. And as you do that, your mind will start opening up to opportunities. I want to talk to those who are unemployed and job seeking. Bills are piling up. You're wondering, things are just happening, As long as you have a digital platform, a social media platform, use that. Start offering, services. Start offering consulting services. I always say, capitalize on your skills, capitalize on the knowledge you've acquired, capitalize on your expertise, capitalize on your networks. You need to just start thinking, how can I do this? Get fear, put fear aside, because I know sometimes fear keeps us, from moving and doing something. The disruption is not waiting for you. the disruption is not going to be kind to people. So before the disruption takes you out completely, start package yourself and start upskill, reskill, apply. You come here to Power Monday every Monday, so there's knowledge you're getting. There is insight that you keep getting. If you can apply that and then monetize that, you start getting somewhere. So this is February. Determine and say, I will get a source of income in this month moving forward. I may not have a job, I have bills, I have debt, I'm in debt, but you can determine and say, in the month of February, I'm going to position my brand, I'm going to position myself and start generating money. Just you need to diversify. And what I usually say, as long as you have a social media platform, you have the potential to generate an extra income for yourself, all right? You just need to know how to use that platform. Finally, I want to talk about the law of the hourglass. Let me give you a brief about the hourglass. Now, the hourglass, this was used a long time ago by especially those who worked in the sea to be able to tell time. They used to use this to transition time. So you can see that there is the sand at the top of the glass. Now, by the time that sand is falling off, they know how much time has elapsed. So that was those days, long time ago, when they didn't have clocks. This is how they used to measure time. Now, in our context today, we are in February. The sand is falling. So when we began the year, our hourglass, the sand was full. But now as the months progress, the months progress, the weeks progress, and the time, the hours and the minutes progress, the sand is falling. That's why it's called the sands of time. Sands mchanga, the sands of time. So anytime you have some knowledge, you have some insight, and you're not doing anything about it, you're losing opportunities. The sand is falling. When you know what you're supposed to do, but fear keeps you, you're losing out on time. So if there are things you decided you wanted to do last year, and this is February, and you haven't done them, guess what? You're losing out on time because the sand is falling. It's not waiting for you. You've been hearing OPP say, oh, we have this for entrepreneurs, we have this, we can train your team in sales. And you know your team needs training on sales, but you just never do anything about it. The sand is falling and it's not waiting for you. So what you need to do is make your moves before time runs out. I am glad I made my moves. When I discovered, oh, I'm not utilizing my social media platforms as I should, I made my move. And now I am here today. I have trained over 3,000 entrepreneurs. I have gotten numerous opportunities which I never thought were available for me. But because I adjusted and I said, I will not wait for all my grains to fall off before I take action. So today, make your moves before time runs out. So our action plan from here, what do we do after this workshop or webinar? What do we do? Revamp your online presence. If you have an online presence that is not up to date, you need to revamp it. Revamping, I mean, first of all, the outlook. What is your banner saying? What is your bio saying? What is your profile picture saying? Are you updated in your content? How do you want your followers to see you or your customers to see you online? Have you positioned yourself as you want to be seen online? If an investor is coming or an employer is coming to check out your social media presence, what will they find? Will they find you're ready? You need to upskill and reskill. Whatever skills you need to get today in your various industry, what do you need to upgrade? What do you need to apply today? Do that, go there. Industry reports. Those who are in business, those who are in the public sector, those who are in communications. If you don't visit McKinsey, McKinsey website, I hope you know, McKinsey website, the behind the scenes, like the digital strategists, the people who do great work for big brands behind the scenes, one of the websites they go to is the McKinsey website. That's where they get their bearing. There's also a World Bank, there's also a World Economic Forum. All those are sites that people behind the scenes, these people who manage big brands, they go to get their information and bearing. So whichever industry you are in, be at the top of the leader of the pack. Update your CV and portfolio. I've told you, if you do this exercise, your mind will start opening up. Have your business model right. Focused. Focused means you look at last year, like you're looking at the data of your business or of your presence last year. So you look at your past and then you look at your presence and then you project for the future. That's what Dubai is doing. So Dubai knew this is where we were, this is where we are at, and this is where we want to go. And they started working towards that. So focused. Finally, I want you to do a brain dump. Brain dump is where you see all those ideas, those brilliant ideas that you have in your head. Before you go to bed, you're thinking about them. When you're in the shower, there are those brilliant ideas, you keep thinking about them, but you never do anything about them. You come to Power Monday, you listen to a speaker and insight comes and you're like, yeah, I need to do that. I need to change that. I need to work on this. But after the webinar, you never get to do anything. You just keep musing over your ideas in your head, but you really never get to do much about it. Now I want you to do what you call a brain dump. Remove those ideas from your head, put them on paper, and then execute. Execution means whatever you need to do to get to position yourself against this disruption, or to embrace this disruption. Do that today. All right. So as we come to an end, may you succeed in all you do, and may light shine on your path. When I say light shine on your path, may you get the right resources for this, for the future of work, or for what you want to do. May you get the right experts to help you along the journey. May you get the right information to help you, because when you're in the dark, you're groping, you don't know what you're touching, you don't know where you're going. But when light comes, you know exactly, this is a course I need to take, this is an expert I need to work with, this is a resource that I need to to read or to work on. This is where I need to take my business. This is how I need to position my personal brand and my business brand. And with that, thank you very much. I am done. Let's connect. Yeah, let's call it a morning.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Isabella. It's always fantastic to have you. Some people are wondering who is OPP. OPP is Otieno Paul Peter. Many people call me OPP, others call me PP, but I am. And this is Power Monday. You come in, you get some knowledge, you move on. You realize that last week, I think it was last week, China launched another AI, which is considered to be much more powerful than ChatGPT. Yeah, DeepSeek. And I was signing up for that just to test. And I realized that just like the previous ones, there was, they claimed that there were lots of attacks because even the giants themselves keep fighting. Some of you, well, a couple of years ago, I learned that many technology organizations, more so, don't last too long because somebody is not sleeping. And so many people are working round the clock to ensure that they push the horizon. Uh, and in the future, in a couple of weeks to come, we will have some people just to discuss maybe AI itself, ChatGPT alone, and maybe DeepSeek and all these other things, and see how it goes. A couple of years back, I learned, somebody mentioned to us that in the future, if you are not online, that is, if you don't have a website, or then you will be considered offline. That's like over 10 years ago, when I was in employment and I was in a technology organization. I was working for Africa Online, part of a subsidiary of Telecom South Africa, putting people online. And it sounded like that was not going to happen. But today, very few people really want to give you a call. They instead want to chat you. They want to reach out on you. If you are looking for a job, the era of just writing CVs and placing them there, it's over. Somebody will go to LinkedIn to check if you have a profile there. It makes even more sense if you have a website. By the way, I talk about things that I live every single day, and the people I mentor and see how they progress. I've been working with some young man. I told him from law school the direction we were going to take, and he's grown marvelously. I look at how things have turned just following that simple things. Let's set up this website. Let's do this on LinkedIn. Brand yourself like this. And I see literally what happens when people take things seriously. And lots of other people, his contemporaries, are struggling. Enough of them have not seen the gates of Supreme Court other than to be admitted. But he's done lots of things. I've seen people following these small things. So be aware of the disruption, and you will be much safer. Lots of jobs are being cut today. Before somebody goes to a doctor, they've already done their own online consultations and things like that. I've heard people saying, you know, I was seated there and he's Googling and I'm seeing him Googling. And I've also Googled. And that is a doctor. He's talking about a doctor. You see, so lots of things are changing. We are talking about designs, graphic designs. Lots of these things are now easily reproduced, things like that. We've got to be aware. And just talking about the same, Live Your Dream, that is the organization sponsoring this together with the ICT Gurus EA Limited, is organized in partnership with the ILO and ITC ILO, a training of trainers on women in digital business, where you learn how to harness the power of technology. And we are going to train trainers. We are certified lead trainers. We are going to train trainers and certify them. So from there, you can go use your certification and leverage on them. You get an organization, you will be able to certify them, to give them, to train them using ILO platform, and then give them certification. So if you'd like to, you can show interest, because we already held information session last week. You can show interest by going to that particular website, which I had indicated there. Let me just indicate it again. Otherwise, people who have comments or questions, this is the time. Somebody here said that they are in a future of work. Who was that? If you have a comment or a questions you can put in the chat. We'll be able to handle them. If somebody would like to just make a comment, contribute on this with respect to your experience. I know each one of us, we've gotten disrupted in some way, and we've seen how things go. So not fair. Doctors don't. No, I'm telling you what I know. I've visited. I'm not saying every doctor, but some do that, and that's why we are saying people need to keep upgrading, keep learning, keep studying. Denial, by the way, doesn't make a lot of difference. Yeah, and that's why some doctors will always stand out, because they do their work. Others don't, and that is in every sector. That's the way it works. So if there is there a question? I've not seen a question. There was one question that was asking about there was that question that was asking about, you spell that name McKinsey, and they've gotten it. So part of the countries that I see, the biggest techs that are racing big time is China. China tried their sun for the first time. They created a sun that burned for 1,000 hours, 1,000 seconds rather, and that is considered a big milestone. And they continue to work on it. You can imagine what people are working on. And the other thing is, we need to be also careful not to be taken advantage of, because in this era of technology, if you are not learning, you are also going to be vulnerable. Just like my grandmother taught me that fools become food for the wise. You will be the menu. So stay alert, stay on top, and don't be part of the people who can be hoodwinked, or who can be taken advantage of. Noel, who was to give a vote of thanks? Is it Melvin or Antonia? I don't know. Who was to give a vote of thanks? Okay, I will call Melvin. Melvin, maybe you just do that. I didn't have a brief. Can give a vote of thanks.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Noel.
I hope you guys had a fantastic week. Kindly just allow me to be offline.
Offline.
Yes, like allow me to be on audio, please.
Okay.
Yes, so just in connection to what Isabella has said and in connection to what you have said, I was reading something about Dubai, and one of their mantra is it is the land of impossibilities. Like there's no impossible. And then during the inauguration, there's something that Trump said. Trump said that impossible is what they know how to do. Like they are very good at doing the impossible. And this impossible is all in the technology world. Like there's a time I was talking to my sister, and there are these books that I'm now reading by a Jewish writer, Yuval Noah. And my goodness, you read those books and you ask yourself, first of all, where are we as Africans? Well, like what is happening? The world is progressing at a very high speed, especially in technology. Even when you look at how other brands are advertising out here, technology is going at a high rate. So I just pray that those people who are in technology, and everyone has to be in technology right now because it seems as if technology is the order of the day. Very soon, you can only function with technology, but we will get there. So, Dr. Melvin, are you ready?
Yes, he is.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank the team at Power Monday for putting this show together. They have done it consistently, week after week, for very many years, and you can see the results. We had 85 people at the top of this particular meeting. So I want to thank Antonia Mutunga, Noel Hassandi, and OPP, as well as Dan Olale, for putting things together in the background, for keeping all the technical bits running from 7 o'clock this morning. When some of us were snoring, they were preparing for this meeting. But our thanks today goes out to our major speaker, our keynote speaker, Isabella Maina, who has challenged us to be ready for the future of work. We are in the middle of a major disruption in what work will mean and what it means right now. And if one doesn't take massive action, if one doesn't spend money, if one doesn't upskill, reskill, learn and unlearn, and do what Isabella told us to do a brain dump. Take all those ideas of yours and put them on paper and execute. Now, it is in the business of execution, showing people how to execute, because as OPP will tell you, you can develop your own website, right? Using artificial intelligence. But will you execute it properly? Without OPP's very many years of experience in developing and creating and fine-tuning websites, your website will appear amateurish. And in this day and age, you need to be professional. And how do you become professional? By investing in yourself and in your skills. So thank you so much for that reminder, Isabella Maina. And we wish you well, and we can't get enough of you, and we would like to hear you once again at another session of Power Monday. So with those few remarks, I want to finally thank the audience for sticking with us. I'm sure all of you have picked something from this particular meeting, and you're leaving here richer than when you came in. So I wish you a wonderful day. Go out and get ready for the future. Back to you, OPP.
Thank you very much, Dr. Melvin. And the future is not for the lazy, unfortunately. More so in technology. Enough times people come to me, I've done IT, can you help me get a job? Asking them, what problem can you solve? If you can't solve a problem, there is no problem you can tell me that you can solve, then there is a big problem there to start with. So technology is not for the lazy. You must keep learning. Nobody knows it all, even the people who are at the top right now. They don't know everything. They don't know what tomorrow holds. So they keep learning. And because we cannot divorce ourselves from technology, whichever field you are, real estate just got disrupted the other day with Airbnbs. With transport industry just got disrupted. And in fact, today, we are talking about internet connection using, again, connections in the space, no longer undersea, no longer fiber, but even much faster. You see, Elon Musk is disrupting Safaricom, can't sleep. We thought maybe it's indomitable. Yeah, so that's the way life is. Some other people are working round the clock, and everywhere, everyone, whether you are in business or you are freelancer or you are employed, if you are not upskilling, and you are going to be extinct. Yes, we often are told you are either going to change or you become extinct. That's the way it works. So thank you for that, Noel. You know that very well. You're in that industry, and people have tried to resist change, but it's the only thing you cannot resist. At this moment in time, I want to call upon no, Antonia, you can say maybe any announcements, and then you close for us with the word of prayer.
Yeah, good morning once more, Power Monday team. An announcement that I would have is just to remind us that when you are sent, I do the invite you to join Power Monday. So kindly, when you get these links, to fill up the form and you send it back to me so that I can join you in our platform. Do not share it with somebody who has never joined Power Monday. The reason it's why we do that, we don't just want to fill up numbers on our WhatsApp group. We want to have people who already have a taste of how Power Monday looks like, who have attended at least one session or two. So instead of sending them the link to join Power Monday group, the WhatsApp group, share with them the link to join the next meeting, like this one. That one will help them to make a decision whether they need to be on our WhatsApp group or not. So take note of that. And also, once we get the, if you applied and you've not yet been added, you can reapply, because I trust the link gets expires, the ones that we normally share for you to join. It expires, so if you've not yet joined, you can reapply again so that I can add you to the WhatsApp group.